Hey guys, you're watching Sportstar. In today's Indian Super League match recap, we've got two games to talk about thanks to doubleheader Saturday. The first one being FC Goa's 1-2 loss to Northeast United FC, and the second one being Mumbai City's 3-1 win over Bengaluru FC. Let's go about it chronologically, given that there's so much for us to discuss from both of these games. The first game of the night was, of course, Northeast United versus FC Goa. Both these teams were coming into this game with their campaigns off to a very rocky start. FC Goa had not managed to win, and Northeast United had 2 losses and a draw to its name, so there was quite a lot to figure out. In terms of their performances heading into this game, you can't really say they were on even footing, but they had similar fortunes, having conceded 6 goals. But then Northeast United had managed to score 3, while FC Goa had only managed to score 1 coming into this game. So the problems that both these teams were facing is quite evident if you look at the numbers they've sort of managed to stack up. But given the performances leading up to this game, FC Goa was quite refreshing in this game, given the intensity that they showed out on the field. Nevertheless, it was Northeast United that managed to get on the score sheet first, thanks to Rochazella getting into the attack. Matthias Correa sent in a lovely through ball from the left side and Rochazella collected it. He didn't have anybody standing in front of him and dashed down to strike it past the keeper. It was a lovely goal, but it did hit the inside of the post and it could have gone either way. So there was a little, tiniest element of luck involved there. But it was a great way for Northeast United to get off the mark. So that happened in the 10th minute, and FC Goa managed an equalizer just 3 minutes after that, thanks to Alexander Hesuraj. Jorge Ortiz collected the ball and sent it across. He tried to go across the goal to the far post. Alexander Hesuraj found the ball then, and he tried to do some sort of a weird back flick into the goal, and he got the placement of it all wrong. The Northeast United defense managed a clearance, but the ball then ended up going to Alberto Nogueira, who again sent a cross back, trying to get through to the right corner. Alexander Hesuraj stopped the ball again, and this time didn't do any mistakes. He shot it straight past the keeper to make it 1-1. Had this goal not paid off after all of that chaos, this would have been a very embarrassing highlight reel moment for Alexander Hesuraj, that back flick. The rest of the half went through with similar intensity, with FC Goa actually making more attempts at trying to create opportunities. They were more clinical, especially Glenn Martins, who tried to get in and create a number of opportunities. At least he was pressing that Northeast United backline as much as possible, especially in the last 5 minutes. So Goa would have definitely wanted to get another goal to its name, but that was not to happen. They went into halftime with the scoreline reading 1-1. I think it's safe to say that neither of these teams wanted this game to end in that 1-1 scoreline. And of course, the priority would have been to somehow find the back of the net as soon as possible and as many times as possible. And in the 71st minute, Matthias Correa almost managed to do that. And if he had, this would have been like the strike of the season. So Correa got the ball right in the middle of the park, and he saw Dheeraj step away from his line. He sort of dashed forward towards the goal, and he beat Dheeraj's jump as well. But then when he tried to head it in, it hit the crossbar and it bounced off, and Dheeraj managed to do the rest and get the ball off to safety. The rest of the half also went about with similar intensity, with both teams nervously trying to score that second goal. And the second goal did come, but only for Northeast United. Deshaun Brown had been brought in as a late substitute, but he was not the one who scored the goal. Gurjinder Kumar managed to send in a ball from the left. Deshaun Brown collected it and was very, very good on the ball to keep the FC Goa defenders off from stealing possession. He then managed to lay a ball for Casa Kamara, who then sent a thunderous strike down and beat Dheeraj, who was diving to his right. This was a lovely goal. There was so much strength in it. And the highlight for me, especially from this goal, is not what was happening on the field, but once this ball went past and hit the back of the net, the camera panned directly to Khalid Jamil, who was seen dashing past the dugout, and he just knelt down and kissed the field and probably just said a prayer. It was such a moment of relief for the Northeast United dugout, because there wasn't much time for FC Goa to come back into the game. And Northeast ended with 3 points and a 2-1 scoreline going in their favour. Now we'll of course discuss the standings after we finish the second game of the night, which is Bengaluru FC versus Mumbai City FC. This ended 3-1 in Mumbai City's favour. One of the biggest points of contention for Bengaluru coming into this game is the fact that despite having Gurpreet, who is the national team's keeper, they didn't manage to keep a clean sheet yet this season. And it also tells us what we need to know about what the defense has been like for Bengaluru this season. So there was quite a bit to do. And the fact that they were coming up against a very I wouldn't say attack heavy, but a very trigger happy Mumbai City FC side was going to be a challenge. An early opportunity presented itself to Mumbai City FC in the 8th minute, when Alan Costa and Murtada Fall were sort of angling for a ball. Fall missed it, and it ended up hitting the hand of Alan Costa, which then prompted the referee to give a penalty to Mumbai City FC. Igor Angulo came forward to take the strike and he barely ever misses these, and it gave Mumbai City FC a 1-0 lead right at the start. No worries there. Bengaluru FC did manage to equalize in the 20th minute thanks to the very brilliant Clayton Silva. The Brazilian has been a delight to watch in Bengaluru. He converted from a direct free kick and sent the ball shooting into the top right corner. This was a beautiful, beautiful goal to watch, and Clayton Silva's class and just the quality of football that he brings to this Bengaluru FC side is an absolute delight to watch. BFC would have had an opportunity to make this 2-1 in the first half in the 40th minute when a penalty was awarded to them when Mandar fouled Edmund Laltandika in the box. But Sunil Chhetri came up to take the shot. He sent the ball to the right. Mohammad Nawaz anticipated that the ball was going to the right and stopped it well enough. And this was the second time this season that Sunil Chhetri has missed a penalty. Now, I am so tempted to go on a rant about how all teams that have Chhetri in their ranks tend to depend on him for their goal scoring opportunities. But in the last 2 seasons, at least I've been around in Sportstar, we have discussed this so many times. And I'm sure the boys, Sham, Ashin and Sudarshan will definitely go into this when they sit down to record the podcast next week. So I'm going to spare you the details. But the fact that Sunil Chhetri is in such poor form does not augur well for Bengaluru FC, and we saw that happen today. So like the match earlier in the day, at halftime both teams were at 1-1 with Bengaluru FC having an opportunity to take the lead there in the last couple of minutes, which they squandered. So it was a matter of either side trying to get a lead and then maintaining it or bettering it in the second half. And it was Mumbai City FC that was more clinical of the two. And they managed to find the back of the net as early as the 54th minute courtesy Murtada Fall. Alan Costa conceded a very unnecessary free kick. Ahmed Jahu sent in a good cross, which was then collected by Murtada Fall, who then headed it above the keeper's head into the goal. Mumbai City has been so good with their set pieces this season, and it's been a delight to see how Murtada Fall has actually been a part of so many of these opportunities that have converted themselves. Jahu as well, he's been quite clinical in handing these opportunities to his teammates and to get those crosses out done right by the goal. Mumbai City FC's third goal of the night came in the 85th minute, and it saw both the Igors in the team get involved. Mandar Desai sent in a ball from the left, and Igor Angulo was the highest to jump to it and get it, and he tried to hit it into the top right corner. It went through Gurpreet, but it hit the back of the post and then it bounced off. Igor Katatau, the Brazilian, managed to find the loose ball and then shot it back into the goal to give Mumbai City FC a 3-1 advantage. Bengaluru FC had just one more chance in around the 90th minute when Pratik Chaudhary could have headed a ball into the back of the net, but then he also got the placement of it really wonky, so they weren't able to do much about it. The game ended, of course, 3-1 in Mumbai City's favour, and Bengaluru FC will definitely lose those 2 chances, particularly that missed penalty in the first half. The game could have taken a completely different complexion had Bengaluru FC gone into halftime with a 2-1 lead. So this was 2 very interesting games with so many takeaways for both the losing teams, especially FC Goa, which now finds itself at the very bottom of the table with 3 losses from 3 games. It's not an ideal start at all, and it shows. Earlier in the past seasons that we've seen FC Goa play in the Indian Super League, they've always had a really good synergy between their foreigners and their Indian talent, but somehow we're not able to see that. We don't have these personalities like a Ferran Koromanas or even an Igor Angulo who can really rally the midfield and the strikers to sort of create those opportunities and keep the pressure on from that side. FC Goa just seems to lack a bite this season, and it's actually quite unfortunate to see a team of this quality languishing at the bottom of the table. Bengaluru FC will only have itself to blame. They need to figure out, Sunil Chhetri of course needs to figure out his form, but Bengaluru FC needs to figure out what to do beyond him as well. Clayton Silva has shown that the team has enough caliber to sort of manage to create those goal opportunities, and they need to see how they can capitalize on talents like that and figure out how to plug some of the leaks in their defense. Here's what the table looks like for now. Mumbai City with that win is right on top, while FC Goa finds itself dead bottom. Northeast United finds itself in 8th place, while Bengaluru FC is placed 7th. That's one day and 2 games of football covered. Coming up on Sunday is a very interesting clash between Kerala Blasters and Odisha FC. Blasters have also not been able to really take off this season, and they're going to face a very high on morale and momentum Odisha FC, which is coming off some really superb wins this season, and we'll be back with the review for that game. If you'd like to read a detailed review for this game, it's available on our website, as is a live blog for all of the matches of the Indian Super League. You can catch all of our ISL coverage on our website. That's www.sportstar.thehindu.com. Interviews, analysis, stats, podcasts, videos, you can find it all there. You can follow all our ISL coverage live on our social media as well. Find us on @SportstarWeb. Instead, if you want us to deliver updates from the ISL directly to your inbox, that's possible as well. All you need to do is subscribe to us on our Telegram channel. Until our next game and next match review, take care and thanks for watching.